Monday, October 21st, 2024. And I guess Arnold Palmer had a big wiener. What a weird weekend of news from the Orange Toddler. Uh, I just, what, I have no idea where that would come from. Um, Other than, you're in a swing state, so maybe you should tell a story about swinging. No. Oh, swinging a golf club. I'll still tell a story about golfing. That's something in which you swing. What can I talk about golfing? Oh, I know. I happen to have heard once that Arnold Palmer had a big dick. Let's talk about that in a long, detailed story about showering with other men. What the fuck? So that was bizarre. And and then he goes to a McDonald's that they closed down for the day so that he could show up, put on an apron, and be told how to make some fries, and then hand them out the window to people who weren't even customers. Those were just everybody was a plant. Like they weren't taking orders. He wasn't actually working. It was just staged, manufactured theater so that he could say that he was, he would one man of the people. Um, and even in that process was asked, do you think would you consider raising the federal minimum wage? And he said, these are great people. This is a great process in here. His um, administration made it more difficult for McDonald's employees to negotiate, to unionize, to have any kind of leverage. So, like, anybody that buys into this piece of literal political theater is really dumb. Um, how stupid. Uh, and anybody who's ever worked in a McDonald's, and there's a lot, knows that what he did was performative, and that's not how it works. There's a whole language you have to learn. You can't call a towel a rag because that sounds like reg, and reg is what you call a regular hamburger. And if you say the word reg, somebody might make a hamburger that doesn't need to get made. It's very important. Um, and it's a shake. It's not a milkshake. It's a shake. There's no milk in it. Anyway, um, we didn't really talk about those things while The View had Governor Tim Walz on today's program. And I don't know that I have many notes on this. I think he did a really good job. It was interesting to me that they asked the same question about, would you, if it were you in the White House, do you think you would have done anything differently um, over the last 4 years? And he did say, I would like to see some of the things that we're talking about now have come up sooner, but they had their own problems. They were dealing with blah 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 blah. So I think he answered that quite well as a repeat question. I assume he was ready for that. Uh, I think like he very plain speaks common sense, which I think is really attractive. Um, and so I don't know that there is much to sort of critique about his appearance. I thought that went well. If you like him, you're just gonna keep liking him. I don't know if that's the kind of thing that moves the needle. I just feel like at this point, anybody who says that they don't know who Kamala and Tim are or what they stand for just has really been trying not to understand that. They've been everywhere. So, you know, kudos to him. I did appreciate Anna Navarro saying about the Elon Musk is going to give $1 million. First of all, I don't think he's going to give the money away. It's another one of those Trump scams. It's like, I'll give you a free trip to Mar-a-Lago if you, and then he never gives the trip out. Um, and I do think what he's doing is illegal, Elon Musk, by offering money to people who register to vote and sign his thing. But Anna Navarro is like, you can sign whatever you want, but at the ballot box, you're not obligated to do anything except what you want to do. You can't. No one can force you into a vote in the ballot box, and no one gets to know. No one can track it back to you. So you can lie and say, "Sure, I'm going to vote for that guy," and then vote for whoever you want, and that's perfectly fine. Um, because they can't check it. Uh, yeah, I don't know if there's any other notes other than I thought it was weird that the View would go from interviewing the vice presidential candidate to just a pre-taped view your deal segment. Um, and I don't know how I don't know how hard is it for Whoopi, an actress who's won an Oscar, a Tony, and an Emmy, um, to just say Governor Tim Walz. Like she couldn't get that out. Um, she just kept wanting to call him Vice President Tim Walz. And it's like, not yet, honey. We'll get there, but geez. Um, yeah, 2 weeks to go.